Susan Gardner here from Municipal World. We're at the 2019 annual conference of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities in beautiful Quebec City. Joining me in the Municipal World Media Center is Mayor Don Iveson from Edmonton. Let's talk about the conversation that you've had with the Prime Minister here in the lead up to the election.
Well, really positive conversations with the Prime Minister, picking up on 4 years of work since before the last election, where as mayors and through FCM, we worked hard with all political parties to influence priorities that showed up in the platform. And we secured commitments from all parties around a need for this country to invest in rapid transit, really catch up and start to get ahead of congestion, improve productivity, reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, and help people get to work more affordably and save time. And so we got those commitments from everybody. This federal government has implemented a historic commitment to transit, and we're talking to them about making that commitment permanent so we can plan the next line out from the one that we're building right now in major cities across the country. So positive conversations about building on the historic success in transit and in housing and in areas of direct relationship like disaster mitigation, where we're seeing more and more issues in large and small communities across the country. So really evolving that direct partnership between Ottawa and all of our municipalities, but particularly our big cities. And unfortunately, we talked a little bit about the challenges we're having in a number of provinces, where provinces are opting out of working with their cities and opting out of working with Ottawa. So now more than ever, the need to continue to modernize the relationship with some direct funding tools and direct dialogue with our federal government will allow us to keep our cities building and keep them competitive in a fiercely competitive world.
What would you like to see the future of that relationship, the future role of cities in Canada?
Well, we're still building our cities and trying to compete out there in the world with limited tax dollars and pretty inflexible pricing tools, namely property tax, which taxes wealth, not economic activity, and utility fees and some user fees. But we don't have sources of revenue that grow with the economy. Even the gas tax transfer, which we love because it's predictable, has a 2% escalator in it, when federal revenues tend to grow closer to 3.5% on average a year. So we're already falling a little bit behind, even though it's theoretically inflation protected. So one of the things we'd like to do is look at some tools that actually will grow with the economy and give us that long-term certainty and provide direct support for infrastructure investment and really square the circle for all of the work that Canada's municipalities, particularly our big cities, do to help grow this nation's economy. So a positive feedback loop that helps keep up with our costs and is kind of elastic to the growth of the economy. And continues to be flexible for us to allocate and put bets down that are, whatever's needed in a given community. And that's an important principle because recent survey of Canadians that FCM did with Abacus data showed that hands down Canadians trust their local government the most. There's nowhere for us to hide. We have to deliver results. Accountability and transparency are top of the charts. And we're not perfect, but we get it right an awful lot of the time.
And
Canadians get that. And
yeah.
so that's why we're a trusted partner to help build this country one project at a time in community after community across this country.
Okay, those are great insights. So, Edmonton recently recognized as a great place for youth, the best place for youth to live in Canada?
To work in Edmonton, in the country. And it was a project between Youthful Cities, which surveyed over 30,000 young people around the world, and RBC, which was looking at a number of indicators and perceptions among young people about the cities that they live in and what they're looking for in cities. So this is our market, this is our future. These are the people who are choosing where they're going to live, where they're going to grow their businesses, buy their homes, build their lives, grow their families, and what they had to say was really good things about Edmonton in terms of affordability of living there, in terms of quality of education and education and training opportunity, and attitude towards entrepreneurship in our community. We ranked highly on a number of them, and then when you put them all together, we ranked as the best Canadian city for young people to work, which, being the youngest major city in the country, kind of fits.
That's fantastic. So, affordable housing. Is this still a place where young people can buy a home and raise a family?
You can find a condo for under $300,000. You can find a house for starter house for in the realm of $400,000 to $500,000. So relative to some of the other major markets, it is an affordable place to buy. The rental market has got lots of options and healthy vacancy in it, but lots of new and high-end product, new purpose-built rental coming downtown around our ice district and our NHL arena and the lifestyle and culinary scene and everything. But the other thing, in addition to relatively affordable prices for housing and lots of different kinds of product available for people, is that incomes are high in Edmonton and in Alberta. So even after you've invested in where you're going to live, there's still money in your pocket to be part of one of the country's best food scenes and theater scenes and music scenes and so on and so forth. So you won't be house poor in Edmonton.
Okay, and there's lots of things that make it a great place to live.
Well, we have North America's largest urban park and four-season recreation opportunities. So, I mean, yes, we are a winter city, but if you like fat biking and snowshoeing or cross-country skiing, like hitting the winter festivals, there's lots of stuff to do. The mountains are just a few hours to the west of us with beautiful skiing. And then in the summertime, which you really come to appreciate in a four-season city, the sun doesn't go down until almost 11 o'clock. So you can get a couple of rounds of golf in after work, no problem. And it is a beautiful place to live. We feel very fortunate to be there.
Thank you so much for coming in and sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
Okay. I'm Susan Gardner from Municipal World, here with Mayor Iveson from Edmonton. We share your stories.